What? Yeah, I'm smoking. Come on, try it. Oh, come on. Everybody's doing it. First off, I'm not here to hurt your relationships with the people around you or your friends. I just want the truth and to make a good documentary. Now I'm going to ask you 10 questions. Don't worry, they are easy. Please take this seriously. It's very important to me and my grades. You can use names of people if you feel comfortable, but it's not required. Relax, breathe, get comfortable. Ready? For this first question, I don't want you to even think about it. You can close your eyes if you want to, but just say out loud the first thing that pops up into your head.
Being taken advantage of?
I think of gangs, dark alleys, drugs, alcohol, cigarettes, all that.
Social media and cliques.
Disrespect.
Big bullies that try to, get you to drink alcohol.
I think a lot about the kids that really don't know what to do with themselves, so they automatically give in.
Comes to mind is bullying, because it's can be forcing someone to do something or putting them into something that they don't necessarily want to do.
What comes to mind is smoking and drugs.
Alcohol. Yeah, the dance. People together, like to dance together, like people are hovering around because they want to dance with the person that someone else is dancing with. It's a very pressury place, I guess.
I think of drugs, alcohol, and people making bad decisions.
Pressuring you into doing something you don't want to do.
When I hear the word peer pressure, I think of drugs.
Yeah. When I was maybe in the 6th grade, me and my friends were going through the woods and we were messing around and doing a bunch of bad stuff.
I've seen others doing it, and they have forced people into doing bad decisions that they got in trouble for.
I have experienced peer pressure, actually quite often, because, it's hard trying to be a leader and then people force you into different situations and, I don't know, you don't really know what to do and it's rough.
My friends trying to encourage me to, okay, so in 6th grade, this kid Patrick, everybody was bullying him, and I usually wasn't the one to bully him, but I just thought it would be funny, but it really hurt his feelings, so he asked me to go trick-or-treating, and then I pantsed him. I don't know. I know now that it wasn't the right thing to do.
Yeah, I've been peer pressured to do dares and things that I probably shouldn't have done.
I've been in situations that I wouldn't like to be in, but I've done it because of my friends. I wasn't too comfortable in the places that I got myself into when I did, but yes, I have been in those situations.
Not within those, but in a less hurtful manner. I've been peer pressured into doing something.
Because I always feel like I do my own thing, and if someone tries to tell me what to do, I'd be like, whatever.
I've experienced peer pressure many times in my life. I was with a friend and he wanted to do something that wasn't very appropriate, and I gave in halfway, but not fully.
Yes, I have experienced peer pressure a lot. I've been exposed to more situations of, hey, let me copy your test, or hey, let me get the answer to this test, or hey, let's make fun of so-and-so, or...
Yes and no.
Yeah, I like to pressure. I pressure people to do things that I want them to do, like give me food or go out with someone who they'd be really cute with, I guess. Which, I don't know. I try not to pressure people.
Yeah, I have, but I don't want to go into detail.
I probably have. I just can't think of it.
Pressure people into giving me food.
I have pressured people before. I'm admitted to it. But I don't think I would like to go into detail with that. I would not, but I might have, just kind of not knowing what I've been doing. Looking back on it now, I probably have.
I think I have pressured people into doing things. I completely, totally, physically, mentally, spiritually, utterly regret it all. It hasn't been recent, but the fact that I remember it makes it even worse, and the guilt still sits with me every day.
I believe I have pressured people into doing things, and I don't feel good about myself after it happens. I don't like to force people to do what they don't like to do.
Yes, I have pressured someone, and I pressured them to eat dog food.
I have, but no details.
Yes, and I think it affects the people who can't fit in, and those mostly in the middle school, high school area age.
I think it is, and I think it affects most people in like high school to college days, because those are when you're friends and there's more availability to drugs and alcohol, and I think you can get pressured into doing those things.
Yeah, I think it is a big problem in the world. I think it affects teens the most because like they're continuing on with their lives and they're going to meet all these different people.
I do think peer pressure is a big problem in the world, and I think it affects the kids who don't have friends and are kind of left out because they try and fit in, and they do whatever it takes to fit in and have friends.
I think peer pressure is a huge problem, and I think it affects teenagers the most because they're trying to discover who they are, but it's very hard when people are pressuring you to do things you know are wrong.
Yes. Bullies usually go through a lot of peer pressure. People sometimes encourage them to make others feel bad. I guess they think it's fun. They don't really care about the other person's feelings at the time.
I do think peer pressure is a big problem in the world, and I think it affects people who are trying to fit in, and to be cool, they have to do, they think that to be cool, they listen to these people, so they can be friends with them.
Does peer... I think peer pressure is a big problem. I think it affects people who are underprivileged the most because in their schools they like have more access to bad things, I guess.
Not always, but most times, yes. Like, if someone wanted you to do cigarettes or drugs or alcohol, that's, like, what you would hear of peer pressure.
Not always. It can be positive. Like, if you're pressured, like if you have peer pressure to get good grades, like your parents always pressure you, like saying like, we're gonna take your phone away if you get an F or something like that. Like you can be doing something bad and then everyone's gonna say like, no, that's stupid. Like once I decided that I was gonna jump. Okay, it feels stupid because it's not gonna make sense, but I was in a locker room and there were two benches like this far apart and I decided, I'm gonna jump from here to there and land on that bench. And then everyone's like, okay. And then like a bunch of people are like, no, that's really stupid. So I probably would have broken my arm if I did that. So it's good that people told me not to do that. So that could be the same in a more serious situation.
I think most of the time it does, but sometimes it can have a positive.
No, peer pressure does not always have a negative outcome. Your friends can pressure you into follow your dreams, or your parents can pressure you into doing a sport or into getting good grades. Those things are good. It may have a negative outcome in like far way ahead, like future, when you realize I don't really like this. My parents just made me do it, but it's still, you still had good grades. You know how to play that instrument. You were nice people around you.
It does not always have a negative outcome because it could be peer pressuring someone out of a bad decision.
Peer pressure can be good because they can pressure you into doing things that are good for you that you might have been too nervous to try on your own.
It could be good and a bad outcome. Sometimes things can be good, and it's mostly bad because it usually leads into mischief.
Well, my old friend group, I didn't think.
Your friend group now.
Now? Okay, then yeah, because we're a bunch of weirdos. But then the people in our
People around you, like your peers, like people you wouldn't really call your best friends, but they're kind of your friends. But
No.
you feel like you try with them.
No, because they're still boys. You know? So, like, even if you do something, they're still going to judge you.
I think I do. You know, I'm comfortable with my group of friends. You know, maybe a few years ago I wasn't. I was trying to find my place, but I think I have found where I can, you know, fit in without trying.
I feel as if I do fit in with everyone around me because I like to surround myself with people I know will do the right things.
First with just my like peers and people, like my peers, like the people around me, like that aren't really my friends. I fit in with them pretty well, I would think. The girls and some of the boys, I mean, that are like my friends, you know, they're kind of my friends, but peers and people that aren't really my friends, maybe you've never had a good relationship with them or not. No. The word hate comes to mind when I think of people that are bullied or are bullies or stuff like that.
My peers try to peer pressure me and stuff. I say no, I back out because they might not be my best friend. I don't always have to rely on them to tell me what to do and stuff.
So first, your peers. Do you feel like you fit in with not really having to try so hard?
Sometimes.
And what about your friends? Do you feel like you're being pressured to doing things you don't want to around them sometimes? Do you feel like you're being your normal self?
No. I feel like I have to act a different way or be mean to a certain person to make a joke, I guess. To make another person laugh or one of my friends laugh.
Make them like you?
Yeah.
Yes, I do feel safe with my friends because I have a pretty exclusive friend group, and I've been friends with them for a long time, and I know I can trust them.
What about your peers that aren't your mostly best friends?
My peers, I can trust some of them, but I know which ones to hang out with and which ones not to hang out with, and so as long as I stay on the right path, I won't get distracted.
Yes, because, I mean, you can get peer pressured into doing something which could hurt another person. So you're getting pressured into bullying someone which is hurting another person.
It can be, because sometimes you know what they can get into, how it can affect their life, but sometimes you might not know.
Yes. In a way, you're making somebody feel bad. You're just not making them feel bad yourself. You're making others do it to them.
I do, because someone can get peer pressured so much that they could just make a bad decision. Because of that decision, they could commit suicide, do something bad like that because they regret that decision so much.
It's a form of bullying because when it does have a negative outcome, it like falls into the category of verbal or physical abuse that like ends with the victim being hurt, and that's kind of what bullying is.
It can be if you're being pressured into doing something that's bad and you don't want to do.
You might have wanted to make this documentary because you feel like the people you're friends with at the beginning of the year weren't very trustworthy and you felt pressured to do things, so you found someone new and you wanted to tell other people to refocus in their friend groups to figure out like if they're making the right choice.
Because peer pressure is a form of bullying, and bullying is really bad in the world. Sometimes why kids drop out of school and at extreme measures kill themselves.
I think you wanted to make this because you needed to do something different from everybody else. Everybody can make a poster and draw really nice, but you can make a really good video, and I know you could.
I think you want to make this documentary to prove or show how others feel about peer pressure and what their stance is on it.
I think you wanted to make this documentary because maybe you want to make it more known in the world about peer pressure, or you've had experience with it.
Because I thought it'd be fun.
I wanted to volunteer for this documentary so just to get my word out there, just to see what there is and what I have to say. Maybe make a difference in a way.
Well, at first, I, just thought it'd be, something that I've never done and experienced, but now I do kind of understand why you're doing it, and it's a good reason. I would do that too, make a documentary about people's opinion on peer pressure.
I've experienced it before.
Because I wanted to sign my name on a piece of paper. And I think it's cool. And plus I love being a part of I like helping out others. So, yeah.
I thought it'd be a nice thing to do.
I volunteered for this documentary because I think peer pressure is a very important subject, and I think Hadley's project's a really good idea.
I volunteered to share my ideas about how I feel about peer pressure.
I volunteered for this documentary just really for something to do.
I thought it'd be a nice thing to do.
None come to mind.
No, I don't.
Thank you.
Nope.
Thank you very much.
No.
I think you made the right choice in this documentary, and I hope that other people really explained well like I did.
That's not a question. Nope.
Yes. What is your topic of the research?
Peer pressure.
Okay. I didn't know if it was directly peer pressure or just...
Yeah. Oh, come on. Everybody's doing it.